Fishermen are deeply attached to the sea, not only for their livelihood but also for their love of the profession and their passion for the vast ocean. In their arduous journey to make a living, the images of ships cutting through the waves, large nets stretching out, and holes filled with anchovies are always engraved in their memories. Anchovies, a small fish but of great significance in the fisheries industry, have become an important source of income for fishermen across the seas. Especially on large-scale trips. Each trip begins at the port, where fishermen carefully prepare everything from nets to fuel and food. Large nets, hundreds of meters long, are specially designed to surround and gather fish in a specific area of water. Modern ships are equipped with advanced support tools such as radar, sonar, and global positioning systems, which help find schools of anchovies moving with ocean currents. When a school of fish is detected, the ship will quickly deploy the send net, surrounding the school of fish in a wide arc. The process of pulling the net requires smooth coordination between the members on board. Each person has a task, from checking the strength of the towing rope, ensuring there are no tears in the net, to operating the machinery. The net is slowly pulled up, carrying hundreds, even thousands of tons of anchovies glistening in the sunlight. Cheers resound when the hold is full of fish, symbolizing a bumper harvest and the tireless efforts of the entire team. Anchovies not only bring economic value but are also the main raw material in many industries. From food processing, making fish sauce, to producing animal feed, the value of this fish depends on the quality of the catch and how it is preserved. On board, anchovies are often frozen immediately after being caught to maintain their freshness. Onshore processing plants then receive and process the fish, turning them into final products for domestic and export markets. Despite its successes, the anchovy fishing industry also faces many challenges. Harsh weather conditions at sea are always one of the biggest concerns. Fishermen often face storms, big waves, and the risk of unsafe work. Furthermore, overexploitation of aquatic resources is raising big questions about the sustainability of the industry. Anchovies, although popular, are also affected by uncontrolled fishing activities, leading to the risk of declining numbers. Today's fishermen are not only fishing, but also have to learn to balance between exploiting and protecting marine resources. Many management and conservation programs have been implemented, such as limiting net size, regulating fishing seasons, and establishing no fishing areas. These measures not only help protect the anchovy population but also ensure the long-term survival of the fishing industry, bringing sustainable benefits to future generations. Life at sea is not always filled with joy. There are long nights without catching a single fish, days struggling with the wind and waves without seeing land. But for fishermen, the sea is not only a place to make a living but also a roof, a source of inspiration and motivation to overcome all difficulties. The belief in a bright tomorrow, in boats full of fish, is always the fire that guides them back to the sea. Despite all challenges, when boats return to port carrying tons of anchovies, joy spreads throughout the fishing village. Local people welcome new catches. Smiles bloom on the sunburnt faces of fishermen after long days at sea. That scene is not only a sign of success but also a testament to the spirit of solidarity, effort and love of the seafarers. The profession of catching anchovies with large purse seins, despite facing many difficulties, is still an indispensable part of the lives of fishermen and the marine economy. It is a combination of long-standing tradition and modern technology, of sweat and tears and moments of complete happiness when seeing the fruits of labor. The image of ships with full sails leaving the port, giant purse seins filled with hope, and holds full of anchovies will forever be beautiful symbols of the fishing industry, of people and the sea. Fishermen are not only attached to the profession for their livelihood, but also because of their pride and responsibility towards the sea. The sea is not only a place that provides abundant resources but also a place that contains stories, memories, and valuable lessons. Purse fishing is not just a job but an art, where each cast and each pull-up of the net contains ingenuity, experience and deep understanding of the marine environment. Purse nets are not only tools but also symbols of creativity and cooperation. To cast the net effectively, the crew members on board must work in perfect coordination. From the boat operator, the casters, to the net puller, each mesh of the net is tightly woven, symbolizing the solidarity of the fishing community. When the net captures a school of fish, it is not only the result of labor but also the joy of the whole group. The pride of having made the best use of what the sea has to offer. Although small, anchovies have great value, not only in terms of economy but also in terms of cultural and community connection. Since ancient times, anchovies have appeared in the meals of coastal people, becoming an indispensable part of culinary culture. Dishes made from anchovies, from dried fish, fresh fish soup, to premium fish sauce, all contain the flavor of the sea. Simple but rich, like the life of fishermen. At sea, time seems to slow down, in the vast space with only the sound of waves and wind. Fishermen often take advantage of the quiet moments to contemplate, share everyday stories or recount long trips. During the long nights without catching fish, they still keep their spirits up, because everyone understands that fishing is not only a series of successes, but also learning from failures. Every time they go out to sea, they face uncertainty, but that is what makes the profession beautiful and attractive. When the ship docks, the anchovies are quickly transported to processing facilities. This is the stage where the value chain of anchovies is enhanced. From preliminary processing, packaging to manufacturing export products. In coastal areas, this work also creates jobs for thousands of local workers, contributing to sustainable economic development. Anchovies are not only a product of the sea but also a hope. A bridge between the sea and the mainland, between fishermen and consumers. However, it is impossible not to mention the challenges that the anchovy fishing industry is facing. Climate change, pollution and overfishing have significantly reduced fishery resources, putting great pressure on fishermen and marine ecosystems. Large fish stocks are increasingly difficult to find, forcing fishermen to go further and face greater dangers in search of fish. This not only increases costs but also requires greater investment in equipment and technology. However, fishermen continue to make efforts. International cooperation programs on marine resource protection, along with the support of scientific organizations, have helped many areas establish effective conservation measures. Fishermen are increasingly aware of the need to protect the environment. From using safety nets, limiting the capture of juvenile fish, to complying with seasonal regulations, they understand that only when the sea is protected can fish stocks be maintained. And fishing can continue to exist in the future. The days at sea are filled with emotions. There is joy and excitement when catching big fish, but there are also times of worry and anxiety about the future. However, fishermen never give up. For them, the ocean is a companion, a source of life and an endless source of inspiration. Every time they set sail from the dock, they bring with them not only the hope of a fruitful trip, but also the belief in the strong connection between humans and nature. The story of fishermen and their large nets full of fish is not only a story about a profession but also a story about courage, perseverance and optimism. Amidst many difficulties, the image of ships overcoming storms, hands pulling nets, and bright smiles when the holds are full of fish, is always a living proof of the love for the ocean, the desire to rise up and the harmony between humans and the vast ocean. After long days at sea with full holds of fish, the fisherman's life is not limited to fishing trips. The sea, with its abundance, always brings different aquatic resources, and cod, a precious white fish, is one of the wonderful gifts that the ocean has to offer. The scene gradually changes from large purse-seine ships docking at the port, with full holds of fish, to majestic cod fishing boats. These ships are equipped with modern facilities, along with onboard freezing systems, to preserve each batch of fresh cod while still in the middle of the ocean. The fishermen, with their extensive experience and deep understanding of the season, patiently seek out deep waters where the cod are migrating. The image of fishermen casting trawls, a type of net specifically used to catch cod, appears in the dim morning light. The giant pulleys work rhythmically, Schools of silvery white cod glistening in the sunlight are brought up to the deck amid the joyful cheers of the crew. Each cod, with its large size and plump body, is not only a joy but also a guarantee for a successful day of work. From the ships on the high seas, the journey of the cod continues to the processing plants along the coast. Modern factories, with advanced processing lines, become places to turn the resources from the sea into valuable products. After being transported, the cod will go through a closed processing process. The image of factory workers appears in protective uniforms, working meticulously at each stage. The cod is classified by size. Then cleaned, skinned and filleted by automatic machines. The white fish slices, meeting export standards, are packaged and frozen immediately to preserve their freshness. Meanwhile, the head, bones and other appendages are also fully utilized to produce animal feed or processed into byproducts with high economic value. The atmosphere in the factory is bustling, but still scientifically organized. Modern technology helps reduce manual labor, while ensuring the highest quality products. The story of cod does not stop at output numbers, but also reflects the harmonious combination between the long-standing fishing tradition of fishermen and the development of science and technology in the seafood industry. Fishermen always feel proud when seeing products from their catches appear on international supermarket shelves or on family dining tables. Cod, from a wild fish in the open sea, has become a bridge between the ocean and modern life, contributing to increasing economic value and promoting the taste of the sea to the world. The final scenes close with the image of frozen cod products being loaded onto refrigerated containers, ready for export. Next to them are the bright eyes of fishermen and factory workers. As a strong affirmation, from the sea to the dining table. Each product is the crystallization of hard work, perseverance and pride in the sea. The journey from fresh cod in the middle of the ocean to finished products not only shows the hard work, but also clearly reflects the remarkable development in the seafood processing industry. The processing plant is not only a place of production but also a center of creativity and innovation. From automatic cutting and filleting lines to super-fast freezing technology, all are designed to preserve the quality and natural flavor of the cod. The scene moves to the modern laboratories in the factory, where experts check the quality of each batch of cod. Here, fish samples are thoroughly checked for freshness, nutritional content and food safety factors, ensuring that each exported product meets the strictest standards of demanding markets such as Japan, Europe and the US. The working atmosphere inside the factory is filled with urgency but also joy. The workers, despite working in low-temperature conditions to preserve the fish, always maintain an optimistic spirit. For them, each completed product is a source of pride, a testament to their contribution to the marine value chain. In the factory, cod is not only processed into frozen fish fillets, but also developed into many different product lines. Fish balls, fish sauce, canned fish or even fish meal for the food industry. Each product is a combination of natural ingredients and modern processing secrets, meeting the diverse needs of domestic and foreign markets. In addition to products for export, cod is also a source of inspiration for local cuisine. From the processing plant, a small portion of the cod output is retained to serve coastal restaurants. where diners can enjoy specialties made from cod right at the source. Images of attractive dishes, made from cod, grilled with salt, steamed with onions, to rich cod soup, makes anyone feel the taste of the ocean, natural and pure. The story continues with the connection between the cod processing industry and the community. The factory not only creates stable jobs for hundreds of local workers but also supports sustainable development projects. Programs to reduce plastic waste, reuse wastewater, and conserve fish resources are an important part of the long-term development strategy. From the cold sea to the modern processing plant, cod carries not only economic value but also a symbol of the close connection between people and the ocean. Fishermen go to sea with faith and hope, while factory workers work with dedication and skill. Together, the two write an inspiring story about fishing, about sustainable values and big dreams from the ocean. The final image concludes with the sunset over the harbor, where fishing boats are preparing to leave for a new journey. In the distance, the processing plant is still lit up, continuing its tireless work to transform the ocean's gifts into a source of pride for the entire community. A never-ending cycle, where the ocean and people always go hand in hand, together creating a future full of hope and sustainability. After the gentle sunset over the harbor, the story of the cod's journey continues. To unfold in a deeper way, the strong connection between the sea, people and a sustainable future. The fishermen return from each trip not only with fish, but also with pride in the traditional values that are continued and developed through each generation. Inside the processing plant, the lights are still on. The bustling work atmosphere does not subside. This is where innovation is constantly taking place. Engineers and researchers are not only focused on improving productivity, but also on minimizing the impact on the environment. Initiatives such as recycling water used in processing, using byproducts to produce organic fertilizer, or investing in renewable energy for production lines are all evidence of the commitment to protecting the ocean. The scene shifts to meetings of fishermen and fisheries managers, where they discuss strategies for conserving cod resources. Realizing that resources are not infinite, they set fishing limits together, ensuring that the cod have enough time and space to reproduce. Here, the relationship between humans and the ocean appears as a harmonious dance, where both support and respect each other. For the fisherman, each fish is not only a product, but also a symbol of dedication. Of days facing the storms. They understand that the future of this traditional profession depends on the sustainability of the present. Therefore, in addition to fishing and processing, they also actively participate in activities to protect the marine environment. From picking up trash, reducing plastic use, to educating the younger generation about the importance of the ocean. The final scene, the image of children in the fishing village running along the beach, their eyes eagerly looking at the large ships about to leave the port, evokes hope for a promising future. The seagulls flying in the sky, like a message that the sea is always the starting point and also the place to keep dreams. The journey from the sea to the dining table is not only a story about the profession, but also a story about the love of the sea, solidarity and the will to overcome all challenges of humans. Cod, through the skillful hands of fishermen and processing workers, has become a symbol not only of the abundance of nature, but also of the spirit of tireless labor, a meaningful loop, connecting people with the ocean forever.